Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing my February TBR game. For those of you who are unfamiliar with my TBR game, I have a board that actually my sister made for me. I do a card draw TBR, so I have prompts that I have, and I have a deck of cards. I will draw a card off the top, and each card matches up with a prompt on the board, and I have to pick a book from a TBR that matches the prompt. So there we go. I need to get it all set up, but there's a new rule that I have kind of implemented for this year because I have the time to, so I might as well. I keep all of my prompts up throughout the month, and that way I can kind of keep track of which ones I achieve and which ones I don't. And for those I don't achieve, I'm going to add a card draw. Now, mine only technically has 6 spots, but it's a board that can be changed as well. And so this month, I had 6 prompts. Let me grab them quickly. I have decided that if a book that I pick at the beginning of the month, or technically the month before, doesn't end up being what I want to read, I am very much a mood reader. As long as I still fulfill the prompt, I'm still going to be counting it. So let's go through these really quickly, what I have, and I will let you know what I managed to get done. So starting here with a sequel, I don't remember what order these were in, I just took them off the board. So with a sequel, I did manage to finish the Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams. This is the second book in the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series. I will probably also finish the 3rd book before the end of the month. It's not there. It's not the end of the month yet when I'm filming this. I still have like a week left. So yeah, and I'm about a quarter of the way through that book, so I should probably finish it. I just really haven't been in the mood for audiobooks lately, so. Next one, an Apolly Khan Hald book. And for that one, I read Sense of Danger by Jennifer Estep. I picked this one up my very first year of going to Apolly Khan, and I honestly absolutely adored this book. I really was apparently craving this kind of mystery adventure story, and so that's what I got, and I'm pretty excited about it. Next one I have is a new to me author, and for that one I ended up picking The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard. I have never read a Catherine Ryan Howard book. She is a new to me author because I haven't read her stuff before. I do own other books of hers. I own one other book, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm counting it. Next one, a Weapon on the Cover. Come on, focus. There we go. Weapon on the Cover. So I actually have 2 books that would count for this, and it's the 2 books in a series that I most recently read. But we're going to go with Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. This is the first book in the Raiders of the Arcana series. And I honestly, again, I adored this series. This was an Indiana Jones meets Tomb Raider, and I loved this the 2 books that I read in this series. The 3rd one comes out at the end of this year, so I'm very excited to continue with it. Next one is a book to movie adaptation, and I'm actually currently reading Delicious in Dungeon Volume 12. I kind of fell off the bandwagon of Delicious in Dungeon after Volume 11 just because I wasn't expecting it to go the direction it did, but as I've had time to rethink it and consider, it does make sense which way it went, so I'm not terribly surprised, but it's still a little bit like, okay, not what I thought, but as I look back on it, it is the direction that it had to go, so that is what it is. The last one I drew last month was a debut. I did not read a debut. None of the books I read this past month were a debut. So now I have to add another draw. I have to add another card to my draw for that one. So I will be drawing 7 instead of the normal 6. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Also, this is a new view, I know. We rearranged the entire library and I'm in love with it. it's working really well, honestly. So, feels like the room's a little bit bigger, even though it has not changed size, obviously, but I just switched a couple things. So now you get a romance and non-romance, and a fantasy shelf. You get one of each. Look at that. I don't know. That's just what I ended up doing. Alright, here's my deck of cards. I use a one-piece deck. I've been using this one for a little over a year now. I do have a face card in here. It looks like this. This is free choice, so I get to pick what I want to have. There is one book that I do need to read this month, that I'm planning on reading this month, and that is Green Angel Tower, Volume 2, called Storm. This is the fourth and final book in the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series. Technically, it's the second half of the third book, but we just kind of ignore that. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue and to complete this series. Also, this edition, I will not show you the inside because it's spoilery, and there will be a spoilery vlog later. But it's so friggin' pretty. I will show you I will show you. Broken Binding does such a great job with their editions. They're so pretty. Okay, but I want to try and get this on my list. I keep hearing things, and I don't know what I'm hearing. So we got a shuffle. I don't know how like good of a shuffle you guys all want, but we're gonna go with that. I know this. All right, I have no idea where anything is in this deck anymore. 7 draws today. Starting off the year strong. All right, we've got the 3 of Hearts. Yes. All right, 3 of Hearts. Hearts right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh. I didn't do it. All right, so first draw came up with classic. So I have read several classics, and I own quite a few as well. I used to work at Barnes & Noble, and I used to treat myself to their leather brown editions. And one that I have never read is The Wizard of Oz. I've never read any of these stories, I don't think. Or if I did, it was a long time ago. So I'm going to read the first novel in this collection. This is the first 5 books in the first 5 novels of The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. The first one is called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, so I'm going to read that one. So first book on my TBR is one I did not expect to have there. I do like when that happens. Let's do draw number 2. Ooh, Ace of Spades. All right. I still don't know why Ace isn't on here, but he's not. So Spades is on this side, Ace is at the top. It's this one that keeps falling. It's this one right here. All right. So we've got a work recommendation. So I work at a public library. So I'm going to take a recommendation off of one of the books that one of my coworkers is recommending. So we're going to do that, which shouldn't be too hard. I actually have one upstairs right now, so let me go grab that. I'm going to be, this is pushing it a little bit. This is a recommendation not from one of my coworkers at my library, but from another library. And that is You Better Watch Out by James S. Murray and Darren Wearmouth. I don't know a lot about this one, but it's a serial killer thriller that takes place around Christmas time. It's a little late for Christmas thrillers, but honestly, I'm still kind of in the mood for these kinds of thrillers, and it's a short book, honestly. So, I'm curious. I don't know. It just says it's a serial killer thriller. I don't want to know much going into this, especially with how short it is. I feel like anything could be a spoiler, so that's all I'm going to look at. So, yes. All right. That's 2. Draw number 3. Ooh, 4 of Spades. Yep, right there we got the 4 of Spades. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right, this one I haven't drawn in a while. Historical fiction. This would have been perfect for January because there are 2 historical fictions. All right, what do we got? So for historical fiction, we're going to go with a book that I have started, but I do need to restart because it's been a little while. And that's Dark Currents by Lindsay Broker. I can't talk. This is the second book in the Emperor's Edge series, which is also going to help with my continuing series goal that I have. This is a historical fiction that's more like a steampunk type of world, and it follows a defected soldier and an assassin as they attempt to save the Emperor from multiple assassination attempts. So, yes. I read the first one and I really enjoyed it. The second one, when I started it, I was enjoying it, but these are all kind of heist stories. So I don't know what happens in this one, except for I believe they find dead bodies in the sewers. So that's a positive thought, but yes. And it looks like there's wolves on the cover. These are some very nice older fashioned covers. I like it. But there we go. Draw number 4. I swear I shuffled. Got the 8 of Hearts. All right. Hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Why are these so heavy? Oh. All right. 8 of Hearts is a signed book, which shouldn't be terribly difficult. I have a lot of romance that are signed books. So. All right, we're going to go with Cities of Smoke and Starlight by Allie Ernst. Ernest by Allie Ernst. This is the first book in the Gate Chronicles. I believe there are 2 out as of now. This has been advertised as Anastasia, but make it steampunk and make it slightly fantasy. And so I'm here for it because that sounds right up my alley. This is a slow burn romance that follows a disgraced pilot who is doing one job in order to try and regain his name and do better for his country, and a former bookstore assistant who is hired in order to try and mediate a treaty between 2 countries. And he is her pilot, and they do not get along at all. I don't believe there's any romance really until the second book, but I am here for the vibes of the enemies to lovers kinds of thing, and I think it's a lot of fun. I do know that this author does closed door, which I have no problem with. I got this off of her website. It is signed, or I got this off her Etsy, I think it was. It's like embossed, which is super cool, but because it has slight damage, and honestly, that doesn't bother me one bit. It is still such a lovely looking book. So I'm very excited to finally get this book on my list. I do want to read this one, and I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it so that way I can pick up the second one as well. All right, draw number 5. All right, we got a face card. We got the Queen of Diamonds. It's a new one. We haven't gotten any diamonds yet. And there's Robin. Robin. Sorry. Look, it's Robin. All right. Queen of Diamonds. So Diamonds is way... Oh, I'm going to go the other side. I'm way too close to the camera this time. I got to do better. So Diamonds is right here. Queen is second from the bottom. Is this one, I promise. It's that one. Oh, why is that heavy? I'm just weak today, I think is really what it is. Okay. All right, we got sports. Sports. Anything sports. Book including, preferably a book including sports. I have a lot of these too. Not as many as I always think I do. I actually don't really have many physical ones. So for sports romance, I'm gonna pick this one. My Lucky Number 13 by Piper Rain. This is a book I've had for a couple of years now. It is the first book in a series called Hockey Hotties. And it is not going to help with completing series because I only have the first one, not the point. But this follows our male main character, whose name I don't know because it's narrated in first person. Oh, Aiden. His name is Aiden. Aiden is a hockey player, and I believe a professional hockey player, but he ends up spending the night with a girl on New Year's Eve, and then the next game they have, he scores a hat trick, which is three goals in one game, which is really exciting and really like a big thing that people get really excited about at hockey games. We do go to hockey games. I enjoy hockey. But so he kind of is, he never thought he was superstitious, but after getting this hat trick, he's like, I have to find her so that way I can retain my good luck streak. And it's all about him trying to find her and their relationship. So I'm expecting this to be adorable and absolutely hilarious. It's not long. It is... yeah, it's 250 pages, so this is not gonna take me long. So this is gonna be my nice counter to all the long books that I have this month, and I'm really excited because it just sounds really cute. And I really haven't heard much about it from anybody else, so we'll see how this goes. All right, 2 more draws. This feels like a lot of books all of a sudden. All right, we've got the 9 of Diamonds. All right. So we've got diamonds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so this is gonna take me a second because I gotta do some things. This is a Callie pick. So Callie is going to pick a book for me. Oh boy. I'm gonna text her right now and see how quickly she gets back to me on this, maybe before I finish filming this video even. So Callie got back to me really quickly, and she picked a book I did not expect her to pick, but I'm so excited for it. She picked 5 Broken Blades. Oh, I almost hit myself in the head. She picked 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corland. This is another book that I got from Book of the Month, and it's a... I've had it on a TBR once before and obviously did not read it, but it's 5 different assassins of sorts who are trying to kill the king, but they're all unreliable narrators and they all have their own reasons for wanting this king or emperor dead. And that's what I know, and I don't want to know more about it, but I'm so intrigued. The sequel has just dropped, so if I should read this soon so that way I can know if I like this one, I can pick up the sequel in the same edition so they match, because I like having books that match. But yeah, this was May of 2024, so yes, I'm very excited. I'm very intrigued by this, and I believe one of the assassins will end up as the new ruler, so that will be interesting. All right, and then my last and final draw, yeah. And then the final draw, the extra draw, it's gonna be, ooh, it's gonna be clubs, the 7 of clubs. There we go, all right. Clubs are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Oh boy. A second chance author. Oh, I'm sorry, Smoke. All right, so I need to look at authors I've DNF'd before, or at least soft DNF'd, and try something else. Let's see. This might take me a little bit. I'll be back. All right, that actually didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. For a second chance author, this is one that I'm still hesitant about, but I'm going to go with Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I tried to read what was it? The Haunted House one. What was it? His green book. What was it? Home Before Dark. I tried to read Home Before Dark and could not get into it. I had a hard time getting into that book. But I have 2 others, at least, of his books. I have this one, and then I have the most recent, which I think is like The House on the Rock, that picture. I don't remember what it's called. I honestly don't know. I think, yeah. But this is a stalker / kidnapper, and someone gets into the car with a stalker? No. Oh, someone gets into the car with someone they are convinced is a serial killer. So I'm intrigued. I hope I like this. I want to like Riley Sager's stuff, but I haven't had good luck. So we're gonna try it again, see if I like this one. I have been told Home Before Dark isn't their best, but I don't know. So we'll see. I'll give it a shot. It's also shorter, so this will be fine. And I'm knocking off a Book of the Month book, which is great for that whole readathon thing that I'm trying to do with the app. The whole readathon thing they have going on their app, which if you haven't seen that, that's really cool. I might do a video on that because I do want to try and achieve some of those this year. That would be fun. So, there we go. All right, so my camera's about to die, but we're going to try and do this quick. these are the books that I'm trying to read this month. So the month of February is apparently going to be a busy month. I've got my book that I want to read for a personal vlog. I've got a classic. I've got a work recommendation. I've got a historical fantasy. I've got, oh shoot, what is it? A signed book. I've got sports. I've got Callie recommendation, and I've got second chance author. So this is quite the stack. I'm very excited for them though. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read any of these, let me know where I should start. I'm really intrigued by all of these books, and I can't wait to see what happens. So until next time, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, keep reading, and keep moving forward. Bye!